productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Ducks will kick off first, and here we go. On the return, it's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Keeps it himself. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Coleman's got it on the right side. Breaks into the open. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
He's going to run it. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Well, that's two very good decisions on that play by the quarterback, right? Number one, not to hand it off. That was the right look to throw into. And the second good decision was his guy was covered, so don't throw it. Just take off and get what you can get. You got to like the decision-making this guy is showing right now in this game.
Might have a chance. The 50, the 40. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. Arch Madness. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Running inside, it's Davison. Not much room to run. Give him one to the 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Moore throws to the tight end. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
Makes the grab in their space. He is run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Now on the move. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Arch is going to throw for it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Great job being physical in the middle of the defense. Goal line situation, 3rd down, nowhere for the runner to go in the middle of the field, so he tries to use his speed to bounce it, but this ain't high school. This defense has the ability to pursue and chase and get him down.
This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. 4th down, Manning. Looking to get it in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. And the defense was just daring them to throw over the top, and the offense didn't, and they got stuffed.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep him.
Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
I like the aggressive nature by this defense. They've got the opponent backed up on the goal line. They're going to send the blitz, try to get an extra guy in on the pass rush, and they get home, getting the safety.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Motion from the wideout. Throwing Manning. Oh, pressure's coming. Just got rid of that one.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
it's Davison. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Right at the line. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Pulls it. The keeper on the option. Got some green grass. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter.
Makes a grab and room to run. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Manning moves to his right. Throwing on the run. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Smothers. Swamped immediately.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. They'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Hits inside, it's Davison. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Dante Moore. Out wide right, it's Stewart. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Moore will throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football. But the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Moore to the air again. Right side, it's Moore. At the 35, he's open. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? On the gun, on third down, Dante Moore. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack. That might have knocked him out of field goal range. The Ducks will punt it away on fourth down. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. Punt is in the air on fourth down. Can't hang on, he muffs it.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what...
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking for the edge. Now the pitch.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wide receiver comes in motion. The short hands. It's Wingo. Could not make his way to the corner.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
And the Longhorns lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. A run for the quarterback. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Stopped right there. That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast. It happens quick. There's no fake to a toss. It's pitching on the outside, trying to get to the wide side of the field. Great job by the defense. You got to set those edges by the defensive end, and everybody fly to the football.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He lets it fly. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. We want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another 1st down.
Yeah, run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. It looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
Looking for room. It's Davison. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Now here's Moore. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Looking for room. Slips through the line. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. To throw, Manning. Left side is Winston. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Manning on play action. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Nose tackles and those 3-4 defense are usually space eaters that just make sure guys don't get to linebackers. This guy said, no, sir. I'm a nose tackle with some pass rush ability. Gets to the quarterback. How about the sack from the big nose tackle?
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Here comes the heat. Looking left. It's caught downfield. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Here's Manning to throw. Got it. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, I wouldn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. It's 2nd to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
The Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Smothers. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Gets the back moving. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And the whistle blows as they bring out the trainers to have a look at an injured Duck. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Throwing more. Look out. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Moore to the air. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now in this drive. Sack, 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
In the gun on 3rd down. Moore trying to burn this defensive back. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Ducks decide to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The run to the right. Nice move there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's Arch to throw. Rush right in his face. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Air Force, taking on the number 15 team, the Navy Midshipmen. And it's Air Force, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And maybe, just maybe, this win helps them turn their season around. They get back to 2-3 on the year. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Pac-12 Conference.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions.
Just plowing ahead. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. On the ground with the counter. Sees an alley. Turning it on. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And that's what this offense needs, man. They need to do this, but they need to put several together. Back-to-back punts on their last 2 possessions. A lot of times that can wear your defense out, right? Playing so many snaps. This offense just keep being focused, executing on 3rd down, putting some drives together. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you'll have points on the scoreboard.
Gonna run it. It's Hill. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Moore with the play fake. Shoots it to the left. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man, or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
He's going to take off. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be 4th down.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And the Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Here we go. Ready. Red 54. Red 54. Ready, go.
Pulls it on the option. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Tells to run, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Davison. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They give it back to him.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Moore from the gun on third down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, I got to give the defense credit on that. Third down, they were almost anticipating some throws to the outside. They took it all away, so they forced the quarterback to go into the middle of the field on the drag route where everybody could converge on the receiver and make the tackle short of the first down.
Touchdown, Ducks! Got it right in the heart of the end zone. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Deep in the end zone, it's Brown. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Sets his feet, it's Lacy. Out wide right, it's Smothers. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Quick give, it's Smothers. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Selling the fake. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Rush is on. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to get started. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for room. It's Davison. All over him immediately.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's Moore to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And he's stopped, and it looks as if the turnover celebration is going to be short-lived. That flag is likely going against the defense. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Moore will throw. They're all over it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense got it. They're on the run. Takes it in. Touchdown, Longhorn.
And man, how awesome is that for the big fella? And he wasn't going to just fall on that loose fumble. He decided to scoop it and score, and David shows off the athleticism.
I mean, we were born to do more. We just grew out of the running back body, but we were really all running backs at heart. It's just hard when you got to go that far because you're running out of oxygen. You could tell the gas tank was low, but the big fella getting the touchdown.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Using his legs, it's Hill. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Moore. Out wide left, it's Hooks. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
The Ducks will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. No room to bring it back. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Well, his legs haven't been a big factor in this game up to now. He picks the perfect moment in the 4th quarter to rip off his longest run of the game.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job.
And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Hand off for Brown. Defense all over him.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Under pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Right down the middle. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Dante Moore. Right side, it's Stewart. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Powers inside. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. More to throw for it on 4th down. Runs through a tackle. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Got his man downfield. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Takes it back to the 24-yard line, and this defense loves to feast on takeaways.
It's such a hard time. You know the clock's ticking. You know you're down. You got to force the ball down the field. But guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming. They broke on the football, and that does not look good for this ball game.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground with Brown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Out wide right, it's Coleman. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a 1st down. Nice balance by this offense.
Trying to get the corner. Pulls it on the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
2nd and long here. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Lacy. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Ducks. Took it all the way back to the house. On to attempt the try. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and short equals bow up, be physical, move a hole, get a gap, let my back fall forward. That back had nowhere to run, no push up front. Got to be more physical, Jesse, on those second down and short situations.
So for that point, David, I think you got to stick with it if you're on offense. As a staff, challenge your guys to get some push up front.
They've got the play bottle up, fumble, it's out. The big tight end was fighting for every inch, but he will be stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Offense is on the field to get this drive going. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And personally, I love the 4-3 defense because that's what I played in college. And as a defensive lineman, you get to penetrate more and take more gaps and make plays. They've done a really good job stopping the run this game, and I'm not surprised it's out of that 4-3.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing more. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Got it down the field. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
Running inside, it's Davison. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Right back to it. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now here's more. Release to the back. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. Back to throw, it's Lacy. Finds his big tight end. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, gonna throw it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. Oh, he got loose. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Here's Moore to throw. He's got the back in the middle.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
Left side is Stewart. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
That's something as a defense you got to be prepared for. In a 2-minute situation like this, you know they're going to try to throw the football to the sidelines and get guys out of bounds. So you got to have outside leverage, or you need zone defense to help out and try to bracket guys on these outbreaking routes.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Well, this defense has had the QB's number all game long. One of the reasons why is because this cornerback, when he's on an island, he's winning the 50-50 balls, and he's not letting anything get thrown over his head downfield. Great job in coverage, disguising what he's doing and knocking balls away.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Again, it's Moore. Unloads to the right. Gets a hand in there.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On the gun, on third down, Dante Moore. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Fourth down, Moore. Finds his tight end. And it's caught, and he is stopped short. You have to get past the marker on that route.
Man, There is not enough good words to say about this defense because all we did, these talking heads in the booth up here, was talk about how great this QB is and how he's one of the best in college football. Palmer, you didn't see it today. And even in the late moments when maybe he has that magic and comes through and shows his greatness, still couldn't do it against this D.
Yeah, the defense, they stole the show. They stole his spotlight all game long. They were in position.